Hey Gemini, welcome to Mystic Law Tarot. I'm Lauren, here to do a love reading for you. We are going to look at your energy about your person, their energy or feelings, and the bridge that connects you, the worst possible scenario or what might happen if you make fearful choices, and the best possible scenario. So this is already something that's a strength between you two that you might not be paying enough attention to. So something to strengthen. We will get some advice and some oracle cards from our love deck and a final oracle card from our Halloween oracle deck. So let's get into it. How do you feel about your person? The bridge that connects you. Their feelings. Best possible. Worst possible, and advice. Bottom of the deck, overall energy, we have the Three of Swords in reverse. So it seems like there has been some previous pain, that this is the overall energy that you're coming out of it. All right, so in your feelings for your person, you have the King of Pentacles in reverse. And part of me feels like this could go either way as far as upright or reversal for whomever is watching. Please only take what resonates. This is just a general reading, but it seems like you're feeling currently about your person that they are very focused on their foundation or a foundation. And this can be security wise, as far as like job or like physical abundance, maybe since it was in the reverse, maybe you're thinking that they're not focusing on the relationship, or just that they're working too much or too focused on their career, which is interesting because the Eight of Pentacles in reverse is in how they're feeling. So Eight of Pentacles upright would represent, working hard, recognizing that the efforts that you're making are going somewhere. So your person's not feeling like anything is really working right now. Or your person has been putting in effort and maybe not realizing that they're doing anything. Whatever efforts that they're putting forth don't seem to be beneficial for them so far. But again, with that Three of Swords in reverse at the bottom of the deck, it feels like this has been this way for maybe a little bit, and it's changing because in the best possible scenario, you have the Emperor. And the Emperor represents someone who's very firm in their beliefs and will stand up for what they think, but not in a way that's very brash or forthright. So this is just an energy of stability, leadership. This can also represent a father figure, or someone who's just very, who could be very stable in your life. This is about being confident that that is the right thing, and this can be just an energy overall. Don't pay attention to the gender of the Emperor. This is just representing masculine energy. So a very sure energy. This can be your person if they need to step into that sure energy, or if that's also you. So that's the best possible scenario. We'll get clarification on these two. What connects you to is the Temperance card. The Temperance card is about, if you look, I don't know if you can really tell on this shiny card, but the angel, this is Archangel Michael, I believe, is partly in the water, partly on the ground. So what this is going to signify or symbolize is being in touch with both your emotions and also the outside world. So your emotions are coming out as you feel them. So pretty balanced. And in the cup, the water is actually going the opposite direction. So against gravity, this is not easy to balance. But I guess I think with this being the connection to you, that you both are really trying to balance things on your own and together. That's actually really good. And then the worst possible scenario is not paying attention to the efforts that are coming in the future. Because even though your person's got this Eight of Pentacles in the reverse, every single step y'all take towards improving your own lives is going to improve this entirely. That is great. The Four of Pentacles in reverse is your advice, sorry. The Four of Pentacles in the upright position regards holding on to something too tightly. This person is very scared of letting go of these Four Pentacles because it doesn't seem like he feels he has anything else. Even though he's got a crown on his head, there's a whole city in the background. This person is missing out. So the opposite of that would be just as you think. Don't hold on too tightly, because that energy spent holding on to whatever you're holding on to, which is obviously not something that's serving you. So this could be a way of thinking. This could be holding on to what you know. Because a lot of you, I'm sure, feel like there's a lot of new stuff coming in the future, but our foundations currently can follow, but the day-to-day things like well, I shouldn't say they're day-to-day things, but things like our jobs, some things just can't come with you if they are holding you back. So whatever's holding you back, or whatever consequence you think might follow, like, is it true? Check the facts. Like, what's the worst possible thing that can happen? Is that going to happen? And have you been through worse? Probably. So yeah, you've got a lot more strength than you give yourself credit for. But let's go ahead and get some clarification on this Gemini. Let's see. Tell us more about how our person is feeling about them. More on this King of Pentacles in reverse, please. Ooh. More on this King of Pentacles for our Gemini. Ooh. Oh, okay. Thank you. Yeah, the Eight of Cups. You're walking away from something that's painful. A way of thinking, some past things that have haunted you. You're walking away from that. So our Gemini need to know about this Eight of Cups. Okay. It's funny when things pop out like that. So the Ace of Wands, which is all about passion, creativity, things that just make you light up inside. That's what you're walking towards. You're walking away from things that are hurting you, and you're walking towards the things that are helping you. You've got the Knight of Pentacles at the very bottom of the deck. The Knight of Pentacles is about moving forward towards your goals, but slowly but surely. And with this as your driving motivation, this is really what's going to help you succeed, staying determined. Let's see, what kind of clarification can we get for your person? All right, we've got the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, the Page of Swords, and the King of Swords. So the Page of Swords, King of Swords, this represents intellect. Swords do, rather. Intellect, just really deep thinking, logic, along the lines of logic, so this is all just using your mind rather than your heart, although some of that can come in. But with these two, Page of Swords is going to be a more like like a younger energy. So maybe someone who is a little less mature, or maybe is new to this way of thinking. Maybe they haven't truly been introspective before. We also have the, was it King? Yeah, King of Swords. So we go from the page to the king, which would represent a lot of growth. Again, pages are, if you can imagine them as like age groups. So page would be like a kid, someone young. So that level of, not that level of intellect, but just that understanding of depth in whatever subject, if that makes any sense. And then the King of Swords coming out after or along with it would represent a huge jump, because you go to the page, and then you have the knight and the king and queen. And again, don't get hung up on the gender on the cards, but this is a masculine energy representing, again, very sureness. I mean, he has his sword in the ground and he's sitting and he's very, like structured, like his position. He's very, like his body language is very sure. I don't know how else to say it. I'll come up with some better words at some point. But also the birds in the sky represent different ideas too. So it's possible that your person is really trying to think logically about the situation, and also notice the sunrise behind the king's head. They want this to succeed. What clarification can we get for how these two are connected? The Temperance card connection. Okay. And again, the Temperance card is about balancing things, tempering something. That's not easy, you know? So this has been something you both have been working on, you know, with a lot of passion and energy. What just came out? I'm going to take that. We have the High Priestess at the very, what I believe popped out. I was asking about the best possible scenario. We have the Emperor, if you remember. And if you look at these two characters, they are both very sure. So it seems like this is your energy and this is their energy. And again, you can be either masculine or feminine. We both have masculine and feminine energies, and when we're balanced, that is when we are the best of ourselves. So the High Priestess represents being in touch with your intuition and trusting that, you know, that gut feeling. Those lessons that you learned in the past are indicators and can sometimes come up as fear, but this is you understanding the difference between fear and intuition. And that's going to take a lot of this fear away from this, is again understanding where you're coming from and where you want to go, and that you can protect yourself by making the right choices. And this other person seems like needs to step into more of an Emperor's energy. But growth is happening. Clarification on worst case scenario. We had the Three of Wands and the 10 of Wands. So 3 of Wands in reverse indicates either impatience, not understanding that the effort that you're putting in is going to actually bring in the benefits that you've made, you know. So my name of my channel is Mystic Law Tarot, and that mystic law isn't so mystic, you know, like the law of gravity. You can't really necessarily see or touch gravity. Well, I guess you can see it, but like my point is that it's not a mystical thing. It's you make causes, you get effects. Cause and effect is just, it's also called karma. Like So you have been making good choices. You are walking away from painful things. You're working hard on the things that drive you with your passion. And you're tempering this situation, trying to make it better. So making those good, if you continue to make those good causes, the best case scenario is the High Priestess and the Emperor. That's where you're headed. You have to understand that, I believe. The 10 of Wands came out after that. This indicates carrying too much, or the wounded warrior, or someone who, I mean, these wands are, they are choosing to carry those. And in this card, they are bows. Oh, wow, I'm sorry, arrows. This is something that this person is ready to fight. And it doesn't seem like you have to, but we will find out a little bit more. Tell us about the Four of Pentacles in reverse for our advice. Okay, so we have the Six of Cups, the Two of Swords, and the Eight of Swords. And again, the Four of Pentacles in reverse was about needing to kind of let go and surrender a little bit. The Six of Cups represents someone maybe from your past. It's about just a truly, like, you think about a good friend, or you think about someone who just brings you kind of like a nostalgic, happy memory. You know, this represents having memories together. So could potentially be someone from your past. So understand that nostalgia that you're feeling is, or those loving feelings that you're having, is safe. And then the Two of Swords and Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords represents self-imposed restrictions, or, yeah, I can't really say it any easier way, you know. This person isn't very, like, tightly bound. They have the birds represent thoughts, and it's the thoughts that are binding her around these swords. Nothing is necessarily like endangering this person because she's standing very still. But yeah, I believe you are coming out of this anyway. I mean, I don't know that you can be intensely unhappy when you've got this Ace of Wands energy. So yeah, you're walking away because we've got the Two of Swords too. The Two of Swords is about potentially being blind to a decision intentionally, or not accepting a truth of some kind. That's what I'm getting, at least. So to wrap that all up in a nice little bow, it was a very fragmented message. I'm sorry. You're not looking at something that you need to. And I'm thinking that what you need to look at is the fact that it's your thoughts that are causing you this issue. This person from the past seems very sweet, and moving forward is going to be difficult, and you're going to feel very anxious and just really unsteady, but we don't have to stay the same forever. We have all the power to change our own lives, and you are choosing to hold on to something that makes you feel safe. And I get it. I'm not judging anybody. We've been through so much stuff in our lives, at least in my experience. Like, when you have something stable and secure, and you might not have had it in the past, or you think it's stable and secure, because a lot of the times that's an illusion, security anyway. You want to hang on to something because that's safe, but you stagnate that way. Is that right? Stagnation. Nobody likes that. I mean, everybody wants to move forward and do exciting stuff, right? At least if they are thinking about improving their lives and not being scared, you know. I get it. But once you step out just a little bit, and a little bit more, and a little bit more, it gets easier. You realize how strong you are. Let's get some love messages. What does your person want to say to you? They love you unconditionally. Unconditional love, self-love and wholeness, affection and attraction, selflessness. And again, they've been thinking. And with this coming out as how they're feeling about you, I'd say that's a pretty good sign. Let's see what else comes out. What does our person want? What does Gemini's person need to say? Ooh. So we have the ship card, cutting ties, moving on, receive what you need, progression, and arriving. So this person might have had something to wrap up before they could understand that their efforts were going to mean something. I mean, you see how tightly, or just how secure that ship is. Ships aren't meant to, I mean, they're not always built just to be docked. Like, they're meant to go and explore and be in their emotions, aka water. What's our advice? What's our advice moving forward? Or are there any lessons that are still needing to be learned? Okay, so we have the snake, competition and energy, the other woman, look over your shoulder. Wow, backstabbing, heartbreak and pain, separation and loss, deception and lies, shocking attack, self-indulgence, self-worth and value, time to heal, shadow work, self-appreciation. Okay, that makes sense. It's not as scary as it seems. It's more so that this is happening now. Like, competition, enemy, the other woman, look over your shoulder. This is somebody on the outside potentially causing disruption to this relationship. But throughout the reading, there wasn't any other indication of that bothering y'all, you know? So it's something that has to do with this, but it doesn't seem like it's detrimental. It just needs to be dealt with. I think it has to do with that cutting ties card. So maybe someone has an abusive partner, potentially. And a lot of pain has happened, which is so sweet, because with the self-indulgence, that's not a negative self-indulgence at all. This is taking care of yourself. This is healing, and so necessary during times like this. Difficult times, you need to pamper yourself, to remind yourself that you're going through something hard, but that doesn't mean that you are causing that difficult time per se, or that you deserve that difficult time, because you don't, you know? So taking care of yourself is very important. Shadow work, appreciate yourself. Look how far you've come. Like, look back just a year and tell me you haven't grown. I'll wait. I'm really proud of you. That's amazing. Okay, and let's get our Halloween card to wrap up this reading. Keep growing, keep learning, keep loving yourself. Moving forward, you're going to move towards those passions. That's what's going to continue to help you moving forward. It's just one step at a time, one day at a time. Not really paying attention to the benefits of the future right now, but that's what that healing is going to help you do. Kind of clear out that attic. Okay, how can we end this with one last piece of advice for our Geminis. What's the best and highest message for our Geminis? That's too many. Oh, okay. This is adorable. This card has come out before, but not necessarily with anyone's particular reading. This is a card about love, and that love can be everlasting. And with the unconditional love coming up in here also, it seems like maybe somebody feels like this was potentially like a past life connection, or just a really, really intense connection, you know? When the body leaves us and our souls are above, our possessions no longer, nothing remains but the intertwining of love. All of us are the product of millennia of love. Our parents, 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 our ancestors by blood and ritual all have in some way created the DNA that weaves throughout our bodies. Love, in fact, powers life and death. That's incredibly powerful. When most of us first encounter death in our lives, we experience grieving too, and in some ways that feeling could be described as an absence of love and the absence of that person or being. But the kind of love that is often shared between family members, friends, and lovers, separated only by physical death, is the kind that poets wax lyrical about, that is truly eternal and transcends death. Should you choose this card, you're being reminded that love is the most powerful force in the universe. It is more powerful than death itself. Love lingers. It leaves its own legacy, and we should be aware of this every day that we live. For those that are ready for and desiring of a partner, it also indicates that a significant love is close at hand, and to be ready to open up to this experience, to this new experience. And again, your advice: stop holding on too tightly to something because you're scared of what's coming. There's a lot of love here. This can be for yourself, which it should always be for yourself as well, but this is very much about a connection with somebody who's really got some unconditional love for you. That's very exciting. Okay, Gemini, that was your reading. I hope that helped in some way. If anything resonated with you, let me know. It helps me become a better tarot card reader for you. And if you'd like a free reading, I'm still offering those. It helps me. And thank you so much for being here. I'm really proud of you for growing and learning and striving. Keep striving and thriving, and have an amazing day. Love you.